A strange old woman lived in a small, remote area deep amid the ancient forests. Her withered fingers had seen more years than anybody could recall, and she was a hermit steeped in mystery. She was supposed to have the capacity to locate strange stuff in the woods that no one else headed to look for. The old woman started out on one of her adventures one dreary day, as showers fell softly on the dense canopy overhead. She went farther into the woods than she had ever gone before, her gaze sweeping the forest floor for anything strange or unusual. There was a horribly huge, hairy toe half buried behind a tangle of roots and leaves. The old woman's curiosity got the best of her, and she removed the toe from its hiding spot. It was unlike anything she had ever seen before. She couldn't resist the temptation, so she brought the unexpected find home with her. As night fell, the old woman returned to her tiny hut, her mind racing with ideas on what to do with her strange discovery. She decided to turn it into a stew, believing it would be a rare ingredient that would provide her with a unique, long-forgotten flavor. A mouth-watering perfume filled the air as the stew simmered, and she couldn't help but salivate at the thought of the feast. The old lady sat at her wobbly wooden table, enjoying each taste of the meal. It was the nicest supper she'd eaten in weeks, and weird warmth surrounded her, making her forget about the odd toe that had provided her lunch. However, as the clock struck 12 o'clock, an unpleasant chill settled over the cabin. The room appeared to darken, and the once comforting atmosphere became frightening. Outside, she could hear loud footsteps, as if a giant beast was stomping across her yard.
Hairy toe, hairy toe, where is my hairy toe?
Unearthly voice. With each passing second, the voice got louder and more urgent, sending shivers down the elderly woman's spine. She went to the window, terrified, and gazed outside. She was startled to see a huge, phantasmal creature hiding in the shadows, a monstrous shape highlighted by the pale moonlight. It was the hairy toe's owner, and it was after her. "I ate your hairy toe," said the elderly woman in a panic. The words resonated in the darkness, and she shivered in anticipation of the creature's reaction. Suddenly, the gigantic shape of the giant emerged from her doorway. His eyes shone with an unearthly brilliance, and his presence chilled the bones.
I know you're dead.
His eyes shone with a supernatural sparkle, and his presence sent an unnatural, bone-chilling coldness to the room. The old woman's pulse raced as the behemoth approached her cautiously. Nobody ever saw her again, and the only proof of her disappearance were the inexplicable footsteps that went into the forest, each carrying the telltale trace of a missing big toe. The villagers whispered of her in whispers, advising their children not to go too far into the woods, for it was a place where mysteries and dark secrets existed, and where a single toe might lead to disaster.